Now, Jennifer Gentet is an author. She's a TV documentary producer, a TV host, and the CEO of Innovative Creations and Communications Limited.
She's also the creator of Lives of Nigerians in Diaspora and Lives of Expatriates in Nigeria.
And she's joining us this morning to talk about what she's been up to in the last few years.
So much.
So at our last count, you had been to almost 50 countries.
Wow.
Yeah, and counting.
And counting.
Wow. Amazing.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this feels like it's a lifestyle for you. Travel is a lifestyle for
Apart from it being work.
Yeah, well, it kind of accidentally became a lifestyle. It wasn't like I was born and decided to travel.
Okay.
Ever since teenage age, we've always traveled, always lived in two countries. Most Nigerians know what I'm talking about. Most of the Nigerians live in two countries. Your parents live here, you live there for school or for work or something or the other. Then traveling, I've lived in 3 continents, and traveling just happened. Okay. Moving from here to there, studying, and then lifestyle happened by accident. It wasn't like a decision that I made before. It's just what life took me.
I heard you say studying.
Yes.
You studied what? What did you study?
In France Business School.
Okay.
Yeah, so marketing, communication, and publicity, then brand management and different. My first job was in L'Oréal Paris, long time ago, don't tell anyone.
Okay.
Long time ago. Yeah, we were fresh from school, graduates, so they would come to your school because I studied in international school. So they would come to our school and pick the best students then and give you internship. That's why I got my first job.
Okay.
Then from there on went to
You said you
work a lot.
live, so we're talking about the fact that a lot of Nigerians live in 2 countries. Which 2 countries do you live in?
I live in Lagos here where I work, and I'm based in France. So I travel back and forth a lot. So yeah.
Okay.
So tell us about, now one of the things that you do, one of your focus when you go to all these countries is the Nigerians that live there. So how do you find the Nigerians in this country?
Oh, they're everywhere. You'll be surprised. We'll go to islands. I mean, the most remote island in the world. Yeah. You will find any black person you see there. I'm telling you, it's Nigerian. I'm not even making it up. My sister and I went to somewhere, and she's like, she loves to travel. She loves adventure more than I do. She loves to travel and camp, and I'm not into that. She likes to travel and camp in the bushes and stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm not into that one, but I just, So she's like, oh, I just want to, because she works her job is very stressful, surgery or whatever. And then she would like to go to places that, nice massage, good food, no media, nothing. And then we went to one island, and she's like, oh, God, look at those people. The Nigerians, just remember vacation. They were Nigerians, the couple who came, the only black person on the island.
On the whole island?
Yes, in Indonesia.
Wow. Okay, so I'm just going to go through a list. I'm just going to go through a list of countries that I have, European countries that I have here, because I know you've also been to Asia.
Yeah.
You're going to tell us yes or no
okay.
whether you've been there.
All right.
Russia.
About to. Almost.
Okay, you're going to Russia.
I stopped in Moscow, but I had,
Okay.
Over.
Ukraine.
No,
Not yet.
in the list coming soon.
France, obviously.
Live there.
I mean, you live in France. Spain.
Yes, of course.
Sweden.
Yep.
Norway.
Yes.
Germany. Finland.
Yeah. Poland, yeah. No, not yet.
Okay, not yet.
All right. Italy?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Romania?
Not almost.
Okay. Belarus?
Not yet.
Greece?
Yes.
I love Greece.
Greece is beautiful.
Recently just
affordable.
came back from Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan, very interesting country. The country is amazing. My own experience, right? People are different, right? But my own experience, I had an amazing time. I met an Azerbaijani who lives here. She works here.
Okay.
So we get to talk, and she said, you should come to my country one day. I'm like, okay, we're not Azerbaijan, but nobody knows where Azerbaijan is. Okay. I'm like, I knew about Azerbaijan because I traveled a lot. So I know it's close to Armenia, close to Russia, close to Iran. It's in West Asia, but they call themselves Eurasia, because they want to believe that they're independent. Right. So I went there, and she told me there are Nigerians there. I'm like, okay, then I'm coming.
I have to ask though.
Yes.
A lot of people have an impression of Nigerians when they go abroad, that Nigerians are this, Nigerians are that. I have to ask you, what is the thing that you look out for when you see Nigerians abroad?
I'm looking out for those who are inspiring, those who are very accomplished and have achieved a lot of things in their life, and there are so many of them. The issue is that the mainstream media don't talk about those people, you know, they talk about the focus on the few bad apples, which there are. You can find that across any race, nation, or country. But there are so many Nigerians out there that are making us proud, and this is my mission, to go and find them, discuss with them, and ask them how the country is treating them, which they live in, and why they left the country. Nigeria, for example, you're going to see in our second season, because we just finished in our second season here, it was difficult, but we pulled through, and you're going to see a lot of culture, lifestyle, family, people share everything. So because we go after people who are interested in communicating, like doing the country, the surveys of communicating, hey, this is how it is, this is how I live. Real people, we don't do fake, or real.
Let's talk about the struggles, because sometimes, I mean, it's not just Nigerians, but you know, being someone of a different race going to another country and starting a new life, it can be very tough for the first few years. So tell us about some of the struggles that you've encountered.
Some of the people who came into the wrong channel, like illegal immigrants, are the ones that are facing most struggles. Those who come in either with a student visa, or maybe they are born there, or just travel to look for a better, you know, greener pasture, as we call it. If you follow the true channel, they are doing well. Nigerians are actually the best, second to the Chinese immigrants in the world. I didn't make it up. The stat says that. Wow. Yes. If you go to everywhere, the schools, they have the highest, you know, scores. And so yeah, those who would travel to the wrong channel, those are the ones that will face struggles, discrimination. Some are not educated, but Nigerians are sharp, you know, so they will try to, but then they will face discrimination, but Nigerians are very confident. So even those who go through struggles, they go through struggle with smile. So the number one issue they have is not I'm dumb or lazy. Nigerians are not lazy at all, from my own experience, but is the documentation, and you know, to get a proper work and everything. And you all know that if you travel to a country illegally, you're going to face a little bit of challenges to settle in. So
I was thinking about this issue of racial discrimination.
Yes.
Because I've been abroad myself a few times, and I have faced it before.
Yes.
So I'm wondering which country you went to that you actually faced something like that. You know,
if you're looking for racism, everywhere you're gonna find it. It's on your face everywhere. Wow. But racism is everywhere. So you're gonna have to prepare yourself about the way we are raised as Nigerians. We don't accept pity. So I don't care if you're racist. Sorry, please take a sit down. I don't care. So that's the attitude that I go. And then you see that some racists are actually they struggle with low self-esteem. And like, oh, yeah, you're African. You don't sound African. You don't look African. How come you're smart? But you don't understand that is your own ignorance, that Africans are actually smart. You have come to see for yourself. You know, people come here in this country and don't want to leave. You know, foreigners don't want to leave. They love it here in this country. So they judge you by the little knowledge you know about Africans. And then there are some who are really dumb, then you shut them down, you know?
Yeah, of course.
So, but of course, there is racism everywhere. But again, with my experience, I don't give you you're coming to the airport, they're like, okay, let me search your bag. And so I'm like, oh, go ahead. Where can I sit down? So I'm waiting for you to react as a black woman, be aggressive and everything. You're like, no, can I get some water?
Okay. So they're waiting for that aggressive thing.
But you're not gonna
That's
give
what they're looking for.
Yeah, they want to poke on you, because some of them are working at the airports or stuff, they're frustrated, and they see you, African person, you're happy, you're energetic, you're positive with all the problems that we
pass on some of that frustration.
Exactly, and they want to transfer. So I'm like, okay, not today, you know.
We know that in all those countries that you go, not only do you have a crew with you, so you have your cameraman, you have somebody who's doing recordings, and probably sometimes a crew on the ground waiting for you. So how do you do that? How do you pay for all this?
Oh my God! If this is the thing, girls, boys, men, ladies and gentlemen, if this is not a get-rich-quick business. If you're trying to get rich, it's not a wrong job for you. I mean, it has to be something that is more than passion and fame. I didn't get into production. I like telling stories. My grandfather was a storyteller. He was a historian. So my dad would tell us about, Israel and this and Russia, even before I knew what the countries were. So for me, it's about really doing something that I think it's time for somebody to go out and tell our story. And Nigerians telling the story about Nigerians in diaspora and what they have done. And especially in Nigeria, who live here, showing our country in different light that you will see in, mainstream media per se. So of course the cost was very difficult. I invested my own fund. At the beginning, and now second season, of course we do have help. I have a great team. I have my executive assistant who is also a Russian manager, so she's very talented. She travels with me everywhere we go to, and we bring some crews around with us. In some countries you're not actually allowed to bring in crew. Some countries will tell you no, you have to use a crew from our own country, so you have to get a press pass. It's difficult to get a press pass in some countries. You can't just film, carry a camera and start filming. You can end up in prison. Yes, it's against the law. So you have to go through the proper channels. It took me about 3 or 4 months to, write to the embassies and to the administration, the Ministry of Tourism of the country.
So you get a press pass.
Of course. Then they will now say, okay, we're going to give you our own press, because we want to also make sure you're not here to spy. They think I'm a spy. I'm like, you're taking me too seriously. I'm not. I'm just a girl who likes to tell a story.
Okay.
They will think you're. So that's first. Then now, second season, some people are starting to believe in us, so we got some help from some friends who was like, we'll give you a car for free, production car, we'll lend you, a home to put your crew, because it's the one we paid for everything, hotels, crew, it's a lot. So it's something that you have to believe. For me, it's a mission. It's not about fame or money. Of course, money, we want money. Let's be real, but that is not the first, otherwise I've given up right now.
The first focus is not money.
It's to tell the story and do something different and employ more youth, because we actually edit in Nigeria. We finish filming, we'll bring order, because I want our youth to work and they're not lazy.
So with all this traveling, one has to think about family. In Nigeria, we're all about family values.
Yes.
So if you're in 10, 20 countries in a year, how are you going to settle down? Haven't you been asked that question before?
But the thing you have to know is that I've been married for 15 years.
Okay.
I got married in not in college, in university.
Okay.
So, and my husband understands me, I understand him. I have done my part. I've been a family woman. Okay. I'm still a family woman, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't traveling like this all the time. Okay. So for the past 3 to 4 years, when our family and our child has grown, so of course he have good family, he understands, he travels a lot too, so he can't get me to travel. So he does that too. So we kind of take turns.
Okay, fantastic.
Excellent. So one of the things I also like about what you do is the fact that not only are you trying to showcase Nigeria abroad, there are expatriates in Nigeria that you also try to engage, letting them know that Nigerians are great people as well. So tell us about that side of the work.
It all started by, when you read the news, in Nigeria, I remember one time, I'm going to tell a very short story. I read in my book. I was in university, and a friend, she's from Mali, as camarade, I'm thinking in French. She is a schoolmate, So she came from Mali, and she told a story when she was looking for an apartment. The first apartment she looked for, a student apartment. She wanted to stay in a place where the landlord owns the main house, and she stays at a guest house at the back, because she came from a big family. And she remembered the first time she was visiting an apartment, a guy called Jean-Pierre, the owner of one of the houses that she visited, said, okay, you know what? Here is the room, voila. In French, the room is this big. You see the window is big, and here is the toilet. Okay. And you sit, do your business, and you press the Chinese object, and you flush.
Okay.
I'm like, huh? Is it going to tell you how to
flush the toilet?
And another French girl, Audrey, she says, no, he's not trying to be rude. He's trying to help you out. I'm like, help with what? Like, you don't think there's laboratories in Mali? Like, so that's the idea people have in Africa or in Nigeria, because the mainstream media won't tell you the story about the country. We have over 1 million foreigners in this country, and more are pouring in every single year. So I'm like, I'm going to go ask these people, how do you feel this? Why are you here?